What's good, everybody? It's TVB. I'm here with some more Far Cry 5, and this episode, it's not a live commentary. And the reason why, I decided not to make it a live commentary is because when I got on the Xbox, I was invited to a party with some old friends back in New Jersey, and these are guys I haven't talked to in a while. I just wanted to check in with them and see how things been going with them. So yeah, this episode I decided to leave the live commentary off and keep this episode a little shorter than usual. I hate these kind of missions in Far Cry 5 where it's they just stun you, and yeah, you get drugged out or something like that with their blitz bullets, and then they take you away for more spiritual cleansing. But yeah, that's this episode. I guess this episode is a perfect time to just discuss The Walking Dead, season 8, just recap my overall thoughts about the season. And this cutscene coming up, it takes 3 minutes, I swear. It's a long cutscene. But yeah, I know it's kind of The Walking Dead, came and went, which is crazy. This video will contain spoilers, so yeah, to anyone who isn't caught up on The Walking Dead, if you haven't watched the season 8 finale, or any episode of season 8 for the matter, just forewarning you, I'm gonna go into some spoiler territory here. And yeah, without further ado, let's just talk about it. Overall, season 8, I thought it was a pretty solid season. I am tempted to say it's better than season 7, because I feel like this season just didn't have as much filler, and didn't have as many stupid things, or it didn't have as many moments as made me just go, ugh, why? I was kind of happy that Rosita didn't go off on any stupid solo missions. That was the annoying thing last season. And actually, I know it's a controversial opinion of mine, but I actually thought Rosita was gonna die this season because all reckless moves that she made last season. I was just okay, Rosita, she's dead in the comics. The Whisperers killed her anyway. So yeah, I just see her dying this season. But she didn't even get that much screen time this season. Not until the last 2 episodes, which was, I sort of understand why. But yeah, she's not nearly that bitchy in the comics. But yeah, season 8, I just remember making a season 8 death predictions video, and I should have pulled up the document before making this video. So yeah, I thought that I did estimate that either Morgan or Carol would die. Someone from season 1 was gonna die. Well, guess what? 2 characters from season 1 died this season. Morgan, they're moving up to Fear the Walking Dead. I'm not caught up on Fear the Walking Dead. I still haven't watched season 3. I did watch the first episode of season 4 because that was right after the season 8 finale. What the heck? I'm editing this video, might as well have some sort of background noise going. So yeah, I just decided to take a look at that. I have a feeling that Morgan, since he's moved over to Fear the Walking Dead, he's gonna die there, and maybe the guys from Fear the Walking Dead are gonna maybe find out about Alexandria. Morgan's getting the coordinates, and they're gonna move to Alexandria. Inform Rick that hey, Morgan's dead. And yeah, their crossover will just happen then. I'm just guessing with that. That's all just speculation. But yeah, Morales, Morales coming back to honestly just pissed me off. They built him up so well, and oh, Morales' return, he's with the saviors. It's gonna be we found what happened to his family, and he was filled in on everything that happened since him leaving Rick, and just this moment then Daryl just pops in, boop. He's dead. Oh my gosh, so much wasted potential. Again, season 8 was overall a pretty solid season. And that episode, episode 3, was a really great episode overall. But that was just a moment that just made me just why? Why would you just kill him off like that? You built him up so well. I guess I feel like they literally just did just to answer some fan theories or something stupid like that. But yeah, overall I was not pleased with them killing off Morales. And also, I think the moment that pissed me off the most in season 8 was them killing off Carl. Just why? Why did you have to get rid of Carl? I get it, Chandler Riggs is gonna go off to college soon, but even then, he still could have he didn't want to leave the show. He didn't have to leave the show, but Scott Gimple made him or something like that. I'm just as someone who I read I'm not entirely caught up with the comics, but I have read further to where the Whisperers not everyone's head's on spikes. So I'm ahead of All Out War in the comics, and just why Carl has become such an important part of the comic storyline, and the Walking Dead narrative has relied very heavily on the comics. As much as I'd love to switch around some events and some characters, it still relies on the narrative. For those of you who haven't read the comics, it's it starts off with, Rick's a cop, he and Shane are cops, they get into a shootout, Rick gets shot, goes to a coma, he wakes up a month later, it's a zombie apocalypse, he meets up with everyone outside Atlanta, they leave Atlanta, they find Herschel's farm, Then they find Woodbury. Then they meet the governor. A whole war happens. They find the prison. The governor destroys the prison. Then they meet the cannibals. Like, there's no terminus in the comics. It's just like a group of hunters that like eat people. Then they find Alexandria. Then they meet Negan, and the all-out war happens. Like, it's a similar narrative both ways. As much as the comic loves to spin, characters and storylines, like, it's a very similar narrative. And Carl becomes such a huge part of that, like, that story. Like, who's gonna fill his place? I mean, Henry did get some cool moments this season, but like, I just don't like. He just doesn't have that sentimental value on so many people like how Carl has on so many people. Like, I could see Enid and maybe Daryl filling in like Carl's spot, like in a few scenes. Like, I don't think there's gonna be that one character who's gonna fill in Carl's role. Not like how Michonne is basically filling in Andrea's role, or how like Carol is like filling in a lot of roles. Like, I just don't think like anyone's gonna like that is gonna be that one character's gonna fill in that role for Carl. I just don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, like, and the reason why I mean, I know like as a comic book fan, I was just annoyed by that because like Glenn and Shiva's death, for example, like, oh, Shiva, like Ezekiel's tiger, like that made into like the top 3 like saddest deaths for me. Like, number 2 being Glenn, number 1 being Lori. Like, Lori was the one Walking Dead death that had me like crying, like that, like, or I just remember like tears like coming down my face. Like, I was sad at the other deaths, but like it didn't have me like actually like shedding tears and eating tissues. Like, that's just I'll discuss that in a different video though. Like, I am tempted to make like a top 10 like saddest Walking Dead deaths, and yeah, that's like my top 3 for there. Spoiler alert, but whatever. Like, but like Glenn and Shiva, like as tragic as both of those deaths were, they were fitting deaths for both characters. Is how they die in the comics. Like, Glenn gets his head bashed in by Negan, both in the comic and the TV show. Shiva gets sacrificed herself to save Ezekiel and the rest of the Kingdomers by charging at the horde of walkers, so they go for her instead of him. Like, again, it was just a fitting death for both characters. As tragic as it was, as upsetting as we all were, like, it just made sense for both of them to get that death. And Shiva's death, because, like, she's a tiger, it's like CGI budget, and, all that stuff. Like, I mean, I still think that Carol could have at least done something to save her, but I understand why they killed her off that way. But Carl, I'm just like, I still love the show. It's like Walking Dead's like my favorite TV show. I'm still gonna watch it and support it because I am curious to see what's gonna happen next. Like, season 9, nothing's been set in stone just yet. I really hope it's a new beginning arc. When like they fast forward a few years, like, everything's been at peace. No wars, no conflicts, no major deaths, like that sort of thing. I do hope that they introduce Whisperers next season. I really hope they do so. Like, if they gloss over the Whisperers, like, I will not be happy. Because, honestly, they've mentioned the Whisperers a few times. Like, when that one Savior Gunther was, like, threatening to put Ezekiel's head on a spike. Like, yeah, that was a Whisper reference. Because that's how Ezekiel dies in the comics. Is, like, the Whisperers capture him, like, chop his head off and, like, put his head on a stick. Yeah, I just really hope they don't gloss over that. Because Whisperers, like, guys... Again, I have not super caught up with the comics, but from what I have read, like, the Whisperers, they make the governor and all the guys at Woodbury look like preschoolers. Like, they are scary. They skin walkers and cover, like, themselves with walker skin. So they take the whole, like, covering yourself with walker guts, like, tactic to a whole new level. And, like, yeah, they're so scary. And, like, they whisper, like, they never raise their voice in their leader, Alpha. And also, like, of course, I can't do this out because Carl's freaking dead. But they introduce, what the hell's her name? Lydia. Yeah, it becomes Carl's first, like, legit love interest. Yeah, I just like, if they do decide to not gloss over Whisperers, I'll be so stoked for that. But yeah, anyway, season 8 overall, like, I was satisfied with the action for the most part. Like, I thought there was a great balance between all the tension, all like the fight scenes. Again, there wasn't like, I can't really call one episode that was just straight filler like we've had in the past. Like, you have been slower episodes for sure, but I can't like think of one like episode that really stuck out. I'd be like, oh my god, that episode was not necessary at all. Like, I don't feel that way towards any of the episodes, really. Like, Gavin and Jared, oh, those two Saber deaths, I was really hoping for both of them to die, and they did in the best ways possible for both of them. Like, oh, I was so happy with both of them going down. Man, what are death predictions that I have? I'm surprised that, like, season 8 finale, overall, guys, I was kind of disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they definitely had its cool moments. Like, I loved how Eugene actually redeemed himself by, like, making all the bullets backfire, but not one, like, single major death. Like, really? Like, not even Cal getting no, not even Kyle bit the bucket, or excuse me, kicked the bucket. Like that surprised me because Kyle's like, he's a watchman at the hilltop. Oh, by the way, his moment with Gregory in episode 3 where he's just like, oh, you ate those little girl's pancakes. I did not eat those pancakes. Oh my gosh, that line, that was so funny. But yeah, like I'm surprised that not even he died. Or yeah, like I was also expecting Jadis to die because I guess Jadis, like, I don't even know whose side she's on anymore, but I was guessing, like, oh, if she goes back to Rick's side, well, I mean, Negan's gonna get pissed and kill her. And if she goes back to Rick's side, or stays on Negan's side, then, like, Rick's gonna get pissed and kill her. Like, I just thought it would be, like, either one of those two things. But, like neither of those wound up happening. So, yeah, like, Jadis, I'm interested to see where her character's going. I'm also kind of surprised Jerry didn't die. Like, I mean, I'm not surprised that Eric died, Aaron's boyfriend. Like, that wasn't... I knew that was gonna happen. But, yeah, I'm just trying to think. What other death predictions did I put down? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really guessing for Carl to die. Like, I heard that people were saying, oh, they're gonna kill off Carl. I was just like, oh, please don't kill Carl. But, like, yeah, they did anyway. Like, ugh. But, yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me just pull up the Google Doc that I made. Yeah, I use Google Docs because I'm a normie that way, I guess. I'm a normie that way. Someone coined that. I'm such a cringe king, aren't I? But yeah, season 8. I mean, I just really hope season 9, I am happy that they spared Negan. Like, that they didn't spend that. Like, I'm kind of nervous to see the whole, like, Daryl and, like, Maggie plot against Rick and Michonne. Like, that concerns me. Oh, wait, this isn't the right document. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know Maggie's, like, really mad about Rick sparing Negan. Like, understand, because, Negan killed her husband. But, I mean, I just hope that it's not, like, a Civil War sort of thing. Alright, let's take a look. Death predictions. Yeah. Yeah, I pulled the oh, dang, where... Yeah, I have the document right here. I just gotta, pull up the right spot. Okay, so yeah, Morgan, Carol, I guess, like, I put Carol as a possibly. Like, I assume that if Morgan didn't die season, she would, and neither of them died. Tara, I put her as a possibly as well. Eugene, since Eugene did redeem himself, I'm not surprised that he didn't die. Like, if he really, like, stayed on Negan's side all the way and just didn't redeem himself at all, like, yeah, I thought he would have died, but no, he didn't, and I wasn't surprised. And, yeah, the scavengers, like, the community, I, like, had the idea that they all were gonna die, but, like, I thought, like, them, including Jadis, like, they were all gonna bite the dust. But it was just, like, everyone except Jadis. Like, I assumed Jadis was just gonna die. Like, I was like, that was crazy. Simon X, like, they got rid of, like, a useful asset, because the scavengers were loyal to Negan, like, up until that point. Like, that was just crazy. Like, Simon, like, was one of the more, like, Simon went from, like, charismatic, like, funny, like, villain's henchman to just, like, a flat, like, murderous lunatic. Like, he wanted to overthrow Negan. Like, oh yeah, Negan just choking Simon, like, that was amazing. Like, not the loose ceiling I was hoping for, but still, like, it was great. It was very well executed. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, yeah, if you've seen Rampage, you probably agree with what I say. Is like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, in Rampage, he's really just the same. He's literally just Negan, just without Lucille and with giant monsters in that movie. It's so funny. But yeah, overall, like, this video is kind of coming to a close. And yeah, Far Cry 5, again, this mission was kind of pain in the neck. I had to go back to the weapons store and restock all my weapons. Yeah, Season 8, I mean, I do think is overall better than Season 7, though, like, there definitely were some things that bothered me, and, like, it was overall a solid season. And I am, like, hungry to see what the next season has in store for us. And, yeah, thank you guys a lot for watching. Tomorrow's April 20th. I got something special planned for y'all. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a fantabulous, delicious day.